Judge temporarily blocks Trump's attempt to end U.S. birthright citizenship. Mass protests in Spanish Town due to death of one order done. Police still lie resulting in 3 men freed of gun charges. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Donald Trump's bid to revoke birthright citizenship in the United States has been temporarily halted by a federal judge in Seattle. Following a 25-minute hearing on Thursday, U.S. District Court Judge John Kogana declared Trump's executive order blatantly unconstitutional and issued a restraining order that prevents it from taking effect. The 14th Amendment to the Constitution has long been interpreted to grant citizenship automatically to almost everybody born in the United States. For children born to parents who are temporarily or illegally in the country, Trump wants to repeal that rule. While the federal court reviews the state's legal challenge, 4 states, Washington, Arizona, Illinois, and Oregon, asked for the order to be halted. A Haitian national who admitted to entering the island illegally pleaded guilty to the charge in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court on Wednesday. The man, who gave his name as Mark Brown, was fined $10,000 or 10 days imprisonment and ordered deported. Brown was picked up in St. Elizabeth this month during a routine operation, and it was reported that he told the police that he entered the island by boat in Portland last year. He was then transported to St. Elizabeth. Meanwhile, 3 Kingston men accused of engaging the police in a mid-morning shootout 3 years ago have been freed of gun and ammunition charges. Kyle Henry of a Rollington town address, as well as Shamir Miller, a barber, of Marquin Coleman, a maintenance worker, both of Harborview in Harborview, were found not guilty of 2 counts of shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition on Tuesday. Allegations were that on March 21st of 2021, about 11 a.m., a police team was on patrol on Phillips Avenue in Kingston 13 when the police signaled the driver of a brown 2016 Toyota Corolla motor car to stop. The driver complied, but on the approach of the police, he reportedly reversed and collided with a light pole. 3 men, including Miller, allegedly exited from the rear of the car and fired at the police, and a shootout ensued. However, the men managed to escape, and these 3 individuals were arrested. Attorneys for the men said there was no proof that it was them, as they were not properly identified, and that the identification evidence was poor as it was taken under difficult circumstances. He also submitted that no gunshot residue was found on the men and that their DNA was not found in the car as well. There was also no spent shells on the scene. All spent shells were from the police gun, proving that the police were the only ones who were actually shooting. And as far as this is saying, is that the police, them did a tell lie. 4 people have been arrested in relation to roadblocks during Wednesday night's violent protests in Taz Meadows in St. Catherine, as state authorities launch a full-scale assault on criminal elements in response to the bloodshed. Othniel Thickman Loban, an alleged one-other gang leader, was shot dead during a police raid in St. Andrew on Wednesday night, which set off the turmoil. A statement from the Jamaica Constabulary Force said Loban was listed as one of the top 5 most wanted individuals by the National Joint Anti-Task Force on Gang Initiative. He had been linked to extortion, murders, and several shootings, but he remained elusive and allegedly directed various violent activities and organized crimes in St. Catherine, Kingston, and several other parishes. The locals, however, are complaining about police abuse, but the police said the flare-up reveals the psychological control of gangs, which requires immediate intervention. Describing St. Catherine as the crime capital of Jamaica, Era 5 Police Commander, Acting Assistant Commissioner Christopher Phillips, said a multi-sectorial approach is needed to erode the stronghold that criminal enterprises have carved out in crime-prone communities. But as the police pledged to restore order, Taz Meadows residents said the authorities have been hostile. In a letter reportedly penned by residents, they said Taz Meadows has not had a murder in over 4 years. Statistically, our community is one of the safer ones, they said, so why are we continually harassed? They further said that young girls in the community are being preyed upon, molested, and lured by soldiers and police, yet no alarms are raised about that. Following Loban's killing on Wednesday night, his supporters reportedly took to the street, mounting roadblocks and causing damage to the court's bargain center, which was set on fire. Several businesses have directed employees to stay home in light of the unrest, while all schools in the area have been closed. In the meantime, a strong word of caution has been issued to public passenger vehicle operators to avoid the old capital, Spanish Town, as the area remains volatile. more than 4,000 taxi and bus operators operate in that space. And you can see that Jamaica is not a real place at all. A baby, a student, a teacher, a doctor can be murdered, and it barely makes news. But let a reputed gunman or a don get killed, and citizens take to the streets, burn down building, block road for days in protest. Meanwhile, 4 people were arrested in St. Mary during a joint police-military operation targeting suspects involved in gang activities in the parish. The men are to be charged with possession of a quantity of ammunition. The operation targeted high-risk offenders, wanted individuals, and illegal activities including firearm possession, drug trafficking, and other organized crime. Acting Superintendent Anthony Wallace, head of the St. Mary Police Division, said Thursday's operation is in keeping with the vision of the Police High Command to eradicate criminal activities in St. Mary. Onto sports, former reggae boy Jeremy Lynch had an explosive return to the Jamaica Premier League after more than a year out with injury when he scored a double to lead Portmore United to a 3-0 win over Chapelton Maroons in their second round game played at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex on Wednesday. Romeo Guthrie gave Portmore United the lead in the 38th minute, and Lynch, who replaced Tariq Zemenez in the 59th minute, scored in the 79th and the 84th minute to secure the win, and this might earn him a call-up for next month's game against Trinidad. Portmore United won their third straight match to catapult into fourth place on 33 points on goal difference over Waterhouse, who edged Harborview 1-0 to be in fifth place, while Vere United and Dunbeholden United ended 1-1. In last night's game, we saw Mount Pleasant spank Cavaliers 3-0 to move to 46 points and remain in the lead. Montego Bay United beat Humber Lions 3-1 to move to 40 points and now remain in second place, while Racing United beat Tivoli 2-0 to move into 8th place on 19 points, while Tivoli remained in 7th place on 26 points. And in the final game, Arnett Gardens remained in third on 38 points after they drew 0-0 with Mullines United. And if you missed the news on this station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.